Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of First and Last. I am Josh, and they don't understand that. And with me today is Joe.
Hey, man.
And Jimmy.
What is up?
Hey, guys. We're recording on a random day, not our normal Thursday day to record.
Man,
So we always
so early.
we're going to be
sun.
really on point and so good.
So bright.
Yeah, it's daylight, which is
Way too
weird.
bright.
But today we're doing a canceled show for sure.
Like, as opposed to one that actually ran its course
Right.
and ended
Yeah.
on its own.
But I remember it from when I was 10, so I want to see if it lives up to a 10-year-old hype.
As most things do.
Yeah, for sure.
Beanie Babies, still dope.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Pixie Sticks still kick ass.
I got
nothing.
No-
You didn't
I-
like anything when you were 10?
I liked things, but I feel like they don't hold up ever.
Dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Still cool.
Bill Cosby, not
See?
great anymore.
See?
I mean, he's held up in prison.
He had another show that we should watch at some point. That's basically just all the same, most of the same people from the Cosby Show, but it's different.
Mm.
In like the late 90s. You guys, are you aware of this?
You tried to tell me about it like a couple weeks ago.
Damn it.
Was it called like the Huxtables or something like that?
I think it's called Cosby, not like the Cosby Show. It's just called Cosby.
Is that the full title?
All of that.
Colon, not like the Cosby Show, just Cosby.
Yeah, there's a lot of punctuation in there for sure.
That'd be great. That'd be a great show title. Cosby. No, not the Cosby Show. It's just Cosby. It's like, God damn. Hire new writers. That's it. Well, today, we're not watching those. We're watching Deadly Games. Not the movie Deadly Game, but the TV show Deadly Games.
Not all the other stuff called
Colon,
the Deadly Game.
not the Deadly Game.
Have you
Not
guys
the
heard
deadliest catch.
The grammar song, Lonely Islands, where the teacher's like, today we're going to talk about semicolons. And then they're like, oh, we use semicolons all the time. And then they have this whole song. And at the end, she's like, actually, those are examples of colons. Like, you're doing it wrong. It's funny. You should listen to it.
I do know what you're talking about.
Pause this.
I have a quick description on the DVD purchasing scenario on Amazon for this show, and I just wanted to read it so we understand what we're getting ourselves into potentially. Deadly Games is a short-lived hour-long show about a video game coming to life. Most notable for the involvement of Leonard Nimoy as an executive producer and Christopher Lloyd as the series' big bad Jackal.
Excellent.
Who's Christopher Lloyd again?
Doc Brown.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
He's Doc Brown and Uncle Fester in the Addams Family movies. That's the person I'm thinking of, right?
Not Colonel Mustard. Who is he in Clue?
Professor Plum? I don't know.
Professor Plum.
Was he?
Absolutely.
Yeah, nailed it. I just said another Clue character that wasn't.
Miss Scarlet?
So that from the DVD thing, did you read that off of the visual, whatever it's called?
I don't know.
Website.
I went to
sells it.
No, I went to Amazon, and that's what the description, the item description.
Okay.
Why is there a better description for the show?
No, I think it's the same description, or Viacom maybe. Is that what?
I don't know. Some
If you
giant
go to the wiki,
horrible corporation.
Oh no, it is Visual Entertainment. So the to buy it from the Visual Entertainment website, the URL is under collections / great gift ideas for Father's Day
That's a URL.
/ product / Deadly Games TV series.
Dads love it.
Dads love this show. Let's find out. None of us are dads, so. But maybe we can put ourselves in the headspace.
Guaranteed, my dad does not know what this show is.
Right? Yeah.
We're definitely working on our dad
I
pod.
would pretty much. Nice.
Yeah.
Joe, speaking of dad pods, how does this pod work?
We watched the first and last episode of a podcast, of a TV show. Wait. I was multitasking. We take a show that's ended, and we watch the first and last episode and make predictions in between and laugh and cry. You guys don't cry? I cry sometimes.
I think I've missed it.
feel like at the end of season 1 of this pod, I predicted tears, and I don't think I've really seen tears yet. MASH was close, I think.
Yeah.
Was it MASH that was close? One of them.
I mean, MASH was a serious show.
It was, yeah,
for sure.
it's very sad.
But so, the reason why I keep thinking about this game, this show, a couple
This deadly show.
This deadly show. A couple years ago, I was like, what was that show that I like saw? And I had to go on this like internet deep dive to just remember what the hell the show was called. And I was like Googling, because the only thing I really remember is that it's like a guy makes a video game and the video games come to life.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the video game characters that comes to life is like it's like a football player who drags his foot.
Okay.
And like chases him, but he like drags one of his feet, and that's like the only thing I could remember about the show.
Like he's definitely like ripped apart his Achilles tendon.
Yeah.
He's definitely had some injury time.
So go on the internet and try to like find the show that has the same name as a popular movie.
Good luck.
And all you know is video games and like bad-legged football player, and you don't know what channel it was on. You just know it was like when you were a kid. So you're like, Fox? Was WB around or was it UPN? Like you don't even know. So I found it.
UPN was different, right? Here it was UPN 9 and WB was
I don't even know.
23.
Look
it up.
But
the history of WB. Keep talking.
But I just remember because I think I went and visited my grandma one time, and my grandma was playing Myst. Because she played Myst. And so I think of Myst and this game in like the same trip to my grandma's.
Myst is the one where you like walk around on a 3D island and solve puzzles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're thinking of Riven, the sequel to Myst.
No, I'm definitely not thinking of Riven.
Did you ever play the game Pissed? Where it was just they made the map of Myst, and you just you could just get like a rocket launcher and just like destroy everything because you're just so upset
Frustrated
at
with the
this
puzzles?
game. Yeah,
That's funny.
just walked around and blew everything up.
My grandma definitely had like a notebook of loose paper, like a regular notebook, and then just loose paper just shoved into it in various spots because she made so
like
many
keep track
notes.
of the puzzles.
And yeah,
oh god,
Yeah, there was a lot of clues.
that sounds horrible.
it's fun. I like playing like a puzzle game.
I'd probably appreciate it now.
I like playing a game that you have to like actually like do something in the physical world to like kind of think about it. Like you have like I have to actually write this down.
Yeah, that doesn't appeal to me. No,
No,
I don't want to. If I'm playing a video game, I just want to play the game. I don't want to have to like write stuff down and.
well,
I'd be
mad if I was playing Call of Duty and they were like break out the pen and pencil. we gotta
Time for a quiz.
we gotta break the Nazi code. You know, that'd be weird.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think you know what you're getting into when you're signing up for a game like Myst.
So are you saying that the game in this show is kind of like Myst, where you like walk
No.
around and solve puzzles?
Not at all.
Okay.
I'm
Is it
just-
like a platformer like Mario?
I would say it's probably more similar to that, or maybe even like a Streets of Rage.
Okay, just going through punching things.
Yeah, I assume it's like a brawler. I don't know if we ever see the actual video game. What do you think?
I think we see the video game.
Well, because it's got to be like, all I know is the video game characters get out. That's all I know about the show.
Yeah.
Like I remember about it. There's only 12 episodes. Well, there's 13, but the 13th one like wasn't aired.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going with 12. We're going with the original 12, the OG.
The original run.
And I'm wondering if the first episode is just like it's like a stormy night and he's like working on his computer game and then like lightning hits.
Lightning strikes the console.
Yeah.
The video game
Yes.
characters come to
I
life.
think this is gonna end. First of all, I think some terrible mid '90s graphics, like video game graphics.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to work that into the show, right?
Oh, I'm sure there's going to be some sort of representation
I'm
of the
picturing
VR
Beast
world.
Wars, but and then I think it's gonna like end on a to be continued, like as first monster person is coming out of the monitor.
Oh,
The football player
somehow.
about to tackle him.
So you think in the first episode
What's
we're not
the
even
game?
going
There was a
to...
movie about this.
The
no,
Ring?
that's with the kid.
Oh.
What is
The
it?
Ring.
The Ring.
Yeah,
Well,
that girl came right out
No,
of that
about
TV.
a video game. I think you got sucked into the video game. The video game didn't come
Oh,
out
that's
to you.
Kid something, right? Kid Chameleon?
That's a video game, though.
Yeah.
I
right.
mean, there was like a movie
Oh.
with, I'm picturing like a young Fred Savage, but I don't think
Talking
it
about
was
The Wizard?
Maybe?
The Wizard was a movie with Fred Savage in it, I believe.
It was probably called
I'll just talk to the
The
internet
Deadly
really quick.
Game.
The Deadlier Game.
The Wizard of Oz. Come on. Isn't it called The Wizard?
That's not what I'm not talking
You
about.
think
The Wizard of Oz.
Jimmy, you talking about The Wizard of Oz?
By the way, the WB started in January 1995.
Could have been here. Could have been here.
Also, there's, if you Google WB TV channel, it pulls you up to a WB channel that was made specifically for the Indian, like India, which is really confusing.
WB for
I was like,
India.
it says it started in 2008. That's not right.
The Wizard is not about being sucked into a video game, but the very first sentence of the thing is, after his little brother Jimmy is put into a mental institution, Corey breaks
Story
him
of my
out
life.
and the pair run off together to California. I'm pretty sure The Wizard was about how Fred Savage and his like friends, they ran to California and then they played Mario 3 like in a video game competition, and that's like how the world first saw Mario 3.
Cool.
It was like essentially like a really big commercial for Mario.
Yeah, it was a
3.
big like Nintendo commercial. I
So
vaguely
nobody got,
remember that.
but he used like the power glove. Like,
Mhm.
It's just a Nintendo commercial.
And what's her name's in it? I think Jenny Lewis. Isn't she the actress in it?
In the news?
No, Jenny Lewis of like Rilo Kiley. Jenny Lewis in the news. Oh God, it's like a great band mashup.
I'd watch that.
According, I only have 3 starring. Hold on, I can tell you. Cast. Boosh.
Like it says Fred Savage, Christian Slater, Jenny Lewis.
Jenny Lewis, right there.
Yeah.
As Haley Brooks. Christian Slater was
Yeah.
her dad, maybe.
No, I bet he was a kid too.
Oh, maybe it was 1989.
Yeah.
I just assume Christian Slater's old.
Well, he was probably just like a cool teenager. I feel like I can't imagine Christian Slater as a child. Like I feel like he like probably came out the womb as a sleazy teenager, right?
A really
Just
intense
greased.
12-year-old.
Yeah.
Christian Slater.
Yeah, like, don't trust that kid.
Ooh, this is weird.
Mm.
Well, we're talking about video game TV stuff.
Are there other video game TV shows? There's Nick Arcade, where it's like the game show. They
That was great.
At the end, you're like in you're standing in front of the green screen and trying to like play a
Yeah.
motion capture
Trying to,
video
like,
game.
duck as like things come at you.
I feel like there's a lot of video game like cartoons,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't think of very many video game like live action shows like this one's gonna be.
Or like things that have like VR in them,
Like VR Troopers.
VR Troopers, or the newer Johnny Quest cartoon where they have like Quest World. Remember that?
Johnny Quest thinks we're sellouts.
Nice.
Is that a ska song?
Yeah.
It's less than Jake's.
Oh yeah, it could only be ska.
Could only be. I don't know. We could do some video game TV research. I think actually that's why I remembered this show, because I was like, what's a video game show? I want to watch a video game show. And then I was
Mhm.
like, oh shit, this one is. This Deadly Games. Should we just get into this and see how the creatures come to life?
Yeah.
Jimmy's in an IMDb hole right now.
I am,
He's
bro.
deep.
I'm
Deep in the hole.
Gone.
All right, let's do this. We're going to watch the first episode of Deadly Games. It's titled Kill Shot. The video game is real, and we're back.
It was deadly.
It was so deadly. Whoo! The games are deadly.
It's a deadly, deadly game.
Joe, you totally lulled like a bunch of times.
I mean, unintentionally. Like, it weren't jokes.
I didn't say this was a comedy,
Yeah, I don't think it meant to be.
but it was so cheesy in a great, great way.
Yeah.
that I think you're in love with this show.
Mm.
Don't deny it. What happened in this show, Jimmy?
Well, in episode 1, Kill Shot, on September 5th, 1995, the mild-mannered scientist Gus Lloyd has a hobby that allows him to blow off steam. He designs video games. He bases his bad guys on people who bug him. But a freak accident occurs, unleashing the sublimely sinister Sebastian Jackal and his minions on the real world. First up is a quarterback who plans to help the Jackal to kill Gus and Lauren and blow up everyone at the Super Bowl. It wasn't specifically the Super Bowl, was it?
I didn't catch that part. I didn't catch they were blowing
They're
something
blowing
up.
A football game at halftime at the LA Coliseum.
So apparently it was the Super Bowl.
Didn't hear anyone say Super Bowl.
Sure.
It's trademarked. They're not allowed. We're not even allowed to say Super Bowl right now.
You're bleeping
We've
this the whole
said
time.
it so much.
The big game.
You've said it and said it.
The largest football game of the year. Something like that.
The gridiron.
The gridiron.
Deep throats can't lose. Big eyes.
Skip the kiss. So it started off with like that Gus guy was like playing a video game, but it was just like live action, so it was kind of funny. Like there's no whatever, and then his like partner, whatever his name was, Peter. He was like
LeVar Burton.
He was like skip the kiss, and he was like skip the kiss, so he could like pass the level.
Yeah.
So
if you do the kiss,
skip.
you waste time and you get killed by kill shot.
So right now, so they were like level 1, and this was like level 1 of like kill shot was the football guy who had a limp and threw explosive footballs
that he wore on his
belt.
utility belt.
Yeah. And then there was the Jackal who was like the mastermind. But so he, in the video game he made, hasn't been able to beat level 1 yet.
Yeah.
Which is outrageous.
He's still playtesting it.
Yeah. So I'm curious now in further episodes, like has he designed these? Did he design all the levels? What are there? He's like, oh shit, I forgot about this guy that I made that I just put in the code.
Yeah,
you know?
you think there's probably some shitty characters like don't even have any powers. It's like, oh yeah, this guy. I thought I'd make a big red guy, but I didn't know what he would do.
Right? Yeah. It's like a guy that's like
Kool-Aid man?
half finished. He
It's
doesn't.
more of just art at this point. It's just a regular guy, but he's red.
Oh, it's concept art, man.
Yeah. No special way to kill him. No special powers either. Yeah.
Would you build a video game if you were making a game?
Okay.
Would you base it on people that you knew? You think, or would you just be like, nah, this is just Mario, like I don't know, like
Make up fictional characters. I mean, I think you would naturally have characters take on characteristics of people you know. Even if there's not like a direct correlation, it's like, well, you know, this guy like kind of looks like Jimmy, but like sounds like Josh or something, you know?
What a cool video game character.
Sounds like the best person.
So cool.
Oh man.
Well, because the football guy was like some dude in like high school who like bullied him on the football field or something.
Yeah, it seems like he's working through some things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy's harboring high school shit.
Yeah.
And he's already been married and divorced.
He's harboring some things. Yeah, because he put his ex-wife in the game so he can make out with her.
Yeah, as the heroine, like or not even the heroine, as like the girl who
She's
needs
the damsel.
saving. Yeah,
she's the
damsel.
babe in distress.
Yeah.
She is the
And-
babe in distress.
See, I thought that, like, along with the villains coming out of the video game, I thought the damsel in distress in the video game would have come out.
Well, he proposed that. So he had lost the game. They blew up or whatever. Because of the football, because he didn't skip the kiss.
Yeah.
In the game test, and so he said that since they were dead at that point in the game, that when the game loaded,
Gotcha.
it only
So
loaded the
that's
bad
why.
guys.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Their one line explained that away.
And also, can we go to how this happened? Because he is working with like antimatter
He's
in like
trying to
his
create-
apartment.
Yeah.
Trying to create antimatter.
So, like, that's, like, his job is he's working on this, like, lab experiment, and just his side gig is just working on this video game?
Yeah, he just
It's
decided
just a
to do
hobby.
it
Yeah.
According
like,
to the wiki.
work off steam.
Yeah. And him and his buddy are trying to work on antimatter, but they can't get the density right.
There was a lady, Dr. Chang, who was going to be very upset.
She held her coffee cup really weird. I don't know why I
Oh.
noticed that. I was like, she's holding this cup weird.
Noticed that. She was in there
She's
for
like-
about 2 seconds.
Gripping it like a burrito.
Yeah. It was like a really, she had a really wide grip on that coffee cup. And then she said something about density. He's like, oh, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go. And
Yeah,
then
he, like, figured out.
I think
what was
right when it
wrong.
messed up, he's like, they're dense now. Like when the video
yeah.
game characters came on.
They got density, so now they can be real.
Yeah, he figures out his antimatter machine and it like goes nuts and he loses control of it and then it like zaps the video game console, which is essentially what we said about lightning striking the video game console.
Yeah.
And then it projects onto a screen and the two villains walk off of the screen
Mm-hmm.
into real life.
Classic. I
wasn't-
think it was Wonka Vision.
It wasn't lightning that struck. It was density that struck.
It's so
It was
dense now.
antimatter.
So,
Some kind of rays.
so yeah, I mean, added density to the antimatter found the video game code, and then that
Uh-huh.
somehow made the video game people come back to life. Don't think too far into this, I
Yeah.
would say.
As we have.
It's just a premise to get some wacky fantasy characters into real life.
It's good.
Right.
Christopher Lloyd. So question. So Jackal is Christopher Lloyd's character, and he's supposed to be like the ultimate bad guy mastermind.
Right.
Yeah.
So then who is he from Gus's life? Who's
I-
he based at?
I
I
don't
feel like he's gonna be like her dad.
Lauren's
Her
dad?
dad.
Yeah.
Why not his dad?
His
I think that's a little.
father-in-law?
I feel like it's a little too real. I think it's like easy to make like a douchey stepfather, a father-in-law
Mhm.
kind of thing.
It's the father-in-law.
Just
that-
like
But she never said anything about Jackal, did she?
I
Like,
don't
she
think-
would have seen him and been like, "What the hell?
Yeah, that's my
just
fucking dad."
That's just my dad."
talking to my dad.
She's like looks at him. She's like, "Did you base this off of Doc Brown?
That would have been actually pretty
Why
funny.
is Doc Brown the villain?"
Is that Professor Plum? What else?
Leonard Nimoy,
Leonard Nimoy
directed
directed
this.
this?
Spock
Was-
himself.
Was a creator, I believe.
Yeah, he like wrote and like it seems like this is like his baby
That's
because he directed it
hilarious.
too. But yeah, so like the video games characters come out of the machine and then they go to his ex-wife's house where she's like having a dinner with her new like fiance and his mom, and the fiance is like toasting to the girl. What's her girl's name? Lauren. He's like, to Lauren, who's like a great cook, a wonderful person, and a sexual gymnast.
Yeah, right in front of his mother.
And it's just those three. His
Super
mom.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Well, and then like, and then I'm dying, and then she like sticks her foot in his crotch though.
Yeah, but I don't think
Not
that was
his
like
mom.
that was. I don't think that was like the good like foot crotching though.
Oh, you
right?
think it was like a jab?
Yeah, it was like a hey, what the fuck, man?
Okay. Well, and then this is like the first time you lulled because then that Gus guy runs into the apartment holding like an AK-47.
Yeah, because the bad guys from the video game are coming for his ex-wife, so he bursts into his ex-wife's apartment like holding a machine gun, which like call the police.
And yeah, the mom just goes, "Who's this crazy man?" And it's like he's got a fucking automatic weapon.
Yeah, what a wacky dinner party.
Like
And
that weapon's illegal. Like there's
But
no
then-
way.
But so then the weapon turns out to be a water gun because he makes the quarterback guy makes his like kryptonite
Water.
just water
Yeah.
because in real life Gus was like a fast swimmer and the football guy was like afraid of the pool because he maybe couldn't swim or something.
Yeah.
So he made his
Hey,
weakness water.
It's because
boy.
Gus's favorite movie is Signs, so he's like, I like this water idea. Let's run with it.
It is a good movie.
But yeah, that was the first like ridiculous thing where like he just barges into his ex-wife's home and everyone is like they're kind of upset, but more of upset that like why are you ruining our dinner and less about like what the fuck are you doing at my house? You're my ex-husband.
Why are you at my house? And right now I don't know this is a water gun.
Yeah.
Like,
It's more of just like a rude interruption. Like, oh man, you should have called.
Again, Gus? Again? You can't keep coming in when I'm having dinner with my fiance with guns. He's just like, come on.
The world was different in the 90s, I guess. I guess you just sort of, it's guns. It's whatever. It's fine.
I don't think I could walk into someone's house that I know, just barge in with a big fake gun that looks really real, and be like, what's up? And they'd be like, oh, nothing, dude. What's going on? Let's chill with you. Oh, you made video games come to life? Cool. We should fight them. Let's do this. Yeah. I think it is definitely very, it's like trying to be serious, but it's also very tongue in cheek. I hope that's what they're going for.
I hope.
Because it's silly as hell.
Not sure.
So, well, this is kind of like one of my predictions, but they kept saying like, oh, this level one kind of thing. So I feel like every episode is essentially going to be like a level, and they're going to call it a level.
Okay.
So, spoiler alert, one of my predictions is that we're going to watch level 12.
Okay.
Sure.
Because that makes sense to me. So obviously they should
World
be
1, Stage 12.
what kind of I'm trying to come up with like what the bad guy might be.
Yeah.
And like what is 12 times worse than a quarterback with exploding footballs?
Like 12 quarterbacks.
It's just every level's just one more quarterback guy.
They just like they had like 10 good ideas, and then for 11 and 12 they're just like, I mean, should we just go back to the quarterback?
Like quarterback, right?
Turns out.
You think every bad guy has like a blatant weakness like the quarterback?
Oh yeah. I think that's the gist of the show is like there's some sort of scary monster who has some sort of scary power, but has like a very distinct weakness, whether it's water or love.
It's just always water.
Love.
You just like
my weakness is compliments. Don't do it.
There's a scary zombie.
Can't
It's like
take it.
it's a very nice watch. You got zombie, and he's like, no.
All right.
Yeah.
I like it. No, I gotta
Killing them with kindness.
I'm trying to guess like what the bad guy is gonna be.
Yeah.
And what he's gonna be weak to.
So yeah, there's very distinct like rules that they follow in this show based on what he knows about the video game. Like, okay, he's gonna go steal a helicopter, so we've got to go prevent him from stealing the helicopter, and then he's gonna come kidnap you, and then like we got to break you out of this jail. Like they know exactly like the steps of what's going on.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it works for the pilot of like, this is level 1. I'm very like, I know level 1. So I hope maybe then they just get farther on.
Because he never passed level 1, even though he
so
made
now
the
maybe
game.
he just doesn't know what to do.
It's just an open game at this point. It's like, I didn't design a level for this vampire.
Right, yeah.
That's probably not. I'm thinking too much of monsters, but it's probably not.
It's probably just regular people. Like,
it's just like
there's a doctor. There's like there's a taxi cab driver.
Yeah, there's a engineering supervisor. Like
there's a janitor.
It's just other people from his work now.
There's a mean bank teller. Like it's just regular people in real life that he just doesn't like.
Yeah, there's like a pizza delivery guy. And he just throws razor blade pizzas. I just made episode 2 right there.
This is just Ninja Turtles now. You're just throwing pizzas?
Yeah.
Man, I'm hungry.
But his weakness is horses.
You gotta throw horses at him.
Well, if he gets kicked by a horse, he'll die. It's his weakness.
Dude, what do you think Christopher Lloyd's character Jackal, what do you think his weakness is? Alcoholism?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to.
It's the only thing we see his
always
character.
Drinking champagne.
Yeah, he's wearing this like white suit and he's got this white hat and he's always like downing a glass of champagne.
Always has a champagne flute.
Doug drank at least a bottle of champagne in that episode.
Yeah, if you're drinking champagne though, it's like a classy alcoholism, right?
Yeah, just like all the stay-at-home moms that drink wine. Like, I'm not an alcoholic. I just like wine with my dinner.
It's like a little wine.
And with my post-dinner and my pre-dinner. And my shower. And my brushing my teeth.
Don't sleep on shower wine.
He brushes his teeth with champagne. It's bubbly.
Yeah. As long as it tingles your teeth, it's cleaning your teeth.
That's how he feels about it.
He just has no teeth.
What if
Oh,
what
God,
if
I
the
hope so.
wine, what if the champagne was like the source of his power? So if he stopped drinking the champagne all the time,
Yeah.
he became weak.
It's power
So
juice.
his weakness is rehab. Huh?
His weakness is moderation.
love
Same.
Same.
You ever seen that cartoon? It was called like Gummy Bears or something, but it was about these like forest bears who drink this magical juice and it makes them bounce.
Yeah, bouncing here and there and everywhere.
Yeah, that's the one. I'm realizing, is that just booze? Is that
Just
whole
make
show
some-
just about alcoholic
Get some
little
loose.
bears? And their
Yeah.
magic. They gotta have their magic juice.
Yeah, it's a struggling animator had to come up with the concept of a show. And
Stay
it's just
tuned
like,
next week for Gummy Bears.
It's Alcoholics Month.
Yeah, starting with the Jackal, Sebastian Jackal.
Oh man. Have we talked about Killshot's death? He flies off in a
Oh
helicopter.
no, yeah.
Gus, he's flying off in a helicopter with the girl
And the warhead on the helicopter.
to go shoot down the
Super Bowl.
the Super Bowl.
Big game.
The big game.
Yeah.
And Gus hops on like the foot of the helicopter, hanging on with. He's got like a water bottle, like a little squirt bottle that he intends to.
It's like a glass giant perfume bottle full of water.
Which of course, as soon as he gets on the helicopter, Killshot just swats the bottle away and it breaks. It's like good plan.
Well,
Gus.
luckily, Lauren had a tiny little water pistol in her purse that they let her bring with.
She was packing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like why
They
like
didn't check her for stuff. Like just like, oh yeah, you can keep your purse. That's fine. We're not monsters.
classic overconfident evildoers. You know,
Oh, yeah.
we've already captured you. What else could you do?
Yeah. So yeah, they knock him out of the helicopter and he falls into a body of water and then just explodes.
Yeah, he exploded in like a blue light, as if maybe he like got warped back into the video game zone or something like that.
I think that's just what video game blood looks like. You just
Oh, okay.
just missed.
Yeah, what
Really
if
missed.
what if they made it? He made it video game blood, so later on he like cut somebody and they like bleed green, and he was like, "Well, I wanted the kids to play," you know, that kind of thing. That'd be fun.
Wanted to be rated E for everyone, so it's just mist instead of blood.
Missed. Ugh, it's like even worse. Ugh. Should we dive into some predicts,
Yeah.
Jimmy?
Number one. I think there's going to be. I don't know if. So I just saw. I was wondering about the like creation thing we were talking about Leonard Nimoy, and he wasn't listed as an actual creator. I think he just directed this first. He's like an executive producer, and he directed this first pilot
Okay.
episode. Some other dudes I didn't recognize created it, but I think there's going to be a reference to the Star Trek universe. That's my number one. Number two, ex-wife dies. Game over.
Oh no,
Game over for Lauren.
No more lives.
This isn't like they didn't like complete the series; they just got canceled. You
Right.
think she's just gonna die randomly?
I mean,
You just
she
think after
died,
12
they died
episodes-
so much while he was just trying to. How could they possibly survive?
Keep her alive.
How could they possibly actually win? He was terrible at his own video game. How is he going to do it in real life? Number three. Okay, so I was trying to figure out how the show is going to continue, and because there was the thing about how like, oh, you got to stop, like Peter's got to stop Killshot because he realizes that they got the game working somehow, and he could like reprogram stuff. So Peter had to like axe the console and then jump in some little weird scientific hot tub
Right.
Yeah, it's
to splash away
antimatter
Killshot.
water tub.
That was a weird scene.
Mhm.
But so I was thinking they're gonna do something with some like reprogramming. Jackal's gonna figure out he's gonna be like the Rita Repulsa. This is my third prediction. That Jackal's now creating bad guys.
Okay.
Got
He's
it.
Rita.
Like he's run out of the bad guys that have already escaped the game, so he's got to
Yeah.
create new ones.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So then number 4 is that the bad guy for this episode is like a Running Man hockey player. Have you seen that movie?
I've seen Running Man.
Sub-Zero, Professor Tanaka. Are any of these things landing?
I mean, I know what Running Man is, and I know what a hockey player is.
Yeah,
and Sub-Zero's from Mortal Kombat.
Well, his name... but before Mortal Kombat, Sub-Zero is a
Mortal Kombat.
evil
Nothing's before Mortal Kombat.
character, and he's the hockey player.
Yeah, I got you.
Bad guy.
I got you.
That's what's going on here
Cool.
in this episode. They're going to be in Antarctica, possibly,
All right.
so that he can skate after them. Otherwise, I'd
Or just like a
rollerblades.
All right, a hockey arena.
Doing an on-location shoot in Antarctica.
Yeah.
Episode 12. Like,
That's
we got to cancel this show. It's costing too much money.
This is a very expensive show. We really went hard in the paint. Number one, I already said it a little bit, but I think this is level 12, and I think they like say like this is level 12 now, like that's kind of thing.
Okay.
To make the direct reference. I think there might be time travel.
Okay.
I think I'm going to just say that in every single episode going forward this season until I get time travel.
I could
That's
see
my
that in this show.
That's my octopus monster
Yeah.
for this season.
All right.
You're my octopus monster.
Bad guy for this episode. I think he's a construction worker weak to peanut butter.
Oh, no.
He's got a peanut
I
allergy.
empathize.
He's got a peanut allergy. If this was the finale, this is what I think the bookmark would be. So I'm just going to say maybe they know they're getting canceled and they do it. I think they don't skip the kiss.
Okay.
Because I think that was a big deal in the first episode.
And then they blow up.
Yeah, well, I think, and then they die in the end. Yeah. So I think they don't skip the kiss. And then his partner, the other guy that worked with him, his name is Peter, right?
Yeah.
I think Peter works with Jackal now. I think
Ooh.
Peter's the
He's-
reason why Jackal can make the more bad guys or whatever.
Peter's just giving in.
He's the guy that makes the Rita's
not?
bad guys.
Okay.
I mean, he gets to, do his art. That's good for him.
Yeah, exactly.
I have that prediction number 1, which is kind of like an anti-prediction. It's that nothing changes. It's the same characters. So you still got Gus, Peter, Lauren, and Jackal.
Mm-hmm.
And like Lauren still hates Gus, and they all still like have the same type of relationship. It's just a new monster. Number 2, someone calls Gus a nerd. There's a lot of nerd calling in this first episode. I think that's something that comes back for him. I think that he has a real problem with being called a nerd, and so all the bad guys call him nerd. And then number 3, I think Jackal is like just moved on from a glass of champagne. He's just drinking straight out the bottle at this point.
Yeah, because he's
Like
stronger.
still champagne though, just
Yeah, still champagne,
He's
but just
ditched
drinking
the
straight from the
flute.
bottle. He's drunk with power and with champagne.
He's stronger than he's ever been before because he's just drinking bottles at a time now.
Yeah.
One thing you said reminded me that I don't think we said that at the end of this first episode, it's Lauren's wedding, and Gus goes there like after the ceremony's like been
Over.
completed, and then she appears behind him and is like, didn't go through with it, and then he's like, oh, something gonna happen, and then he tells her that this video game thing is going to continue. They didn't actually just beat the whole thing. They just beat level 1, and then she's pissed.
Yeah, because she thought she was just like out. Like
They were like almost in love again, and
Yeah.
then no,
Well, she's not married, so
it's true. I'm married.
good for him. We'll see what happens. All right, let's do this. Let's do the episode 12 that aired because episode 13 did not air. Well, I think some of us are wrong. It's called Dr. Kramer. So
Dr. Fraser Kramer
Dr. Fraser Kramer, episode 12 aired.
It's a Seinfeld
crossover.
crossover.
You know it. So,
Cosmo Kramer.
all right, let's dive in. We'll see you after the finale. Well, sort of Deadly Games. We did it. We beat Dr. Kramer. He's dead. We shot him with drills.
The end.
And
We threw gumballs at him or something.
Gumdrops.
dots.
You think every monster in this show is just like, we just have to throw a thing at them and that's what kills them?
Well,
I
the
do think that.
sugar didn't kill him. It just hurt him.
Well, same with the water, right?
Yeah. Well, no, water definitely killed.
Well,
him.
One, he dropped into the lake. It killed him.
So you think
Yeah.
if Dr. Kramer would have dropped into like a vat of sugar, he would have died?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
In the same way, just like
Would-
explodes in a mist.
Yeah.
I could probably see that. Jimmy got a write up for us?
You do. Episode 12, Dr. Kramer. The orthodontist plans to pump laughing gas into the comedy club. At the same time, Lauren's comedian friend is attempting to make a comeback. Dr. Kramer is defeated early on, and Sharon, the oral hygienist, continues to carry on the task.
Sharon, the hygienist.
Sharon.
So yeah, it's a scary dentist or orthodontist in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
They make a lot of dentist jokes though, because
Mhm.
all of his things are like drills and stuff, and they're like, "That's dentist, not an
Mhm.
orthodontist."
And like the level was like his plot was he was going to fill up a comedy club full of nitrous oxide so that the people laugh themselves to death.
Yeah, he was gonna kill laughter.
Mm-hmm.
It felt very Joker, Batman style.
The real killing joke, if you will.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So was that? So I mean, that was. I think I think we need to talk about the relationship of Jackal and Gus.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're way too chummy.
For like, I want to kill you, and
Yeah.
you're trying to take over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, maybe it's that the Jackal is so confident that he like just cannot be defeated. Like he himself
Mm-hmm.
cannot be defeated by Gus.
Mm-hmm.
That he's just
So
like
Gus is just giving up.
so no. So
Just
then
talks to him like a normal human.
So then the Jackal just keeps coming, hanging out at his apartment, being
Right.
like, "Gonna go get Dr. Kramer today. Think you can beat him?" Like, you know?
Yeah, it's like he can't get hurt by Gus until he kills all the bad guys.
Is that what it is?
Bosses.
Yeah,
Maybe. Yeah.
because they keep saying like, oh, we're gonna come after you after we take care of this guy.
Okay.
Like you can't hurt the Jackal until you
the
get rid of the other bad
so
guys.
the Jackal's power is his minions.
Mm-hmm.
That's like his hit points.
Yeah.
Okay. So you think you'd care about him because it's like one guy that they destroy is one closer to being able to kill the Jackal.
You think like the Jackal should care?
Yeah,
I mean, he's a video game character. He's programmed to not care.
I guess. It's just like,
It's a nihilist.
if this show was made today,
Mm-hmm.
the whole like Jackal being chummy with Gus,
Mm-hmm.
I think would be believable for me if I saw the Jackal be super ruthless and actually like kill people,
Mm-hmm.
like and just like Gus Fring kill people,
Mm-hmm.
like doesn't give a shit and is cold about it, and then he would just go talk to Gus because he'd be like, "I don't give a shit about you." He's like, "I'm just having a good time and I will do whatever I want." Because like it's just so campy and blah blah blah. So I'm just kind of like, I don't get their it seems so wacky.
I mean, Dr. Kramer killed Rachel, right? The dentist's,
She was dead.
the actual dentist's like assistant or
Yeah.
something.
Oh yeah, because that's where it starts. Because Gus is at the dentist trying to get some work done,
Mm-hmm.
and then while he's at the dentist's office, the evil dentist comes in.
Evil orthodontist.
The evil orthodontist comes in and
To steal laughing gas.
yeah. I just don't know. I just don't get why it starts at a dentist office if the villain's already a dentist, orthodontist.
Well, because he had because he doesn't have his own practice in this world,
Uh-huh.
so he had to go to a dentist's office to get the laughing gas.
Oh right, he had to get the gas. That's where it started.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he went and got the gas, and then he needed, for whatever reason, he needed 7 fillings.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
really know what that was
Did
about.
you understand why he
No.
needed 7 fillings?
Yeah, you know,
No.
you gotta make a number. He
It
needed
powers
silver.
his drill or something, or
Yeah, maybe it powered his drill. Because then he got 7 fillings from like a kid's birthday party and a movie theater.
Mhm.
And then they went to a comedy club to fill it with gas. And this brings me to the other thing is then, so Gus tries to go in and be like, "Hey, there's a crazy orthodontist man here who's going to fill this place up with laughing gas, and you're
Mhm.
all going to die because part of this is like a video game."
Mhm.
And it's like, dog, that's not how you get people. You're just a crazy person,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Much to the guys, like the owner guys, like credit though, he did send his like security guard up to the roof. He's like, "I guess go check it out," you know.
sure.
But it's like, They had phones. I mean, they like just call, like literally call the club. I mean, it's fucked up, but just be like, "Yo, there's a bomb. If I'm gonna blow this place up right now."
Yeah, everyone needs to leave.
Just call in a bomb. Like do something.
Right.
Or
Something
like
believable.
Call the police and say that there's something bad there.
Or just say, hey, I'm going to fill this place with laughing guests.
Yeah,
It's going to come from the roof.
You call and say, I'm doing this right now.
Yeah.
I'm giving you a 5-minute warning. Get out or you're gonna die.
Come get me on the roof. Come stop me.
Don't walk up to people and be like,
My name's Dr. Kramer.
I'm a scientist and I made video game people so dense they're in our lives now and they're gonna kill you because Sharon the hygienist is after us. Oh,
Evil hygienist.
I was getting frustrated with Gus.
I think they definitely make Gus out. He's a little bit of a dummy sometimes. Like
yeah.
He's not always.
Are we supposed to be like on his side? Like,
Well, he's the good guy.
yeah, but I wrote down like Gus, good, bad.
I think he's just a dolt,
You
which
think
is
he's just
funny.
the dummy.
Well, it's funny. 'Cause
Lovable dummy.
He has no street smarts,
Yeah.
but he's like a genius. I
He's a
mean,
scientist.
he was using antimatter. Like geniuses use antimatter, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we only see his genius at the beginning, and then everything after that, he's just a dummy,
Yeah.
Just kind of socially.
just kind of screwing up.
And then,
Sure.
and then just the end of this episode is, Lauren is up on the roof with Sharon
Mm-hmm.
trying to stop her, and then Gus climbs a tree.
With
And-
his crossbow,
and he-
mini crossbow to fire drill bits.
Yeah, his mini crossbow that he bought at like
That's
the
how-
grocery store
Mhm.
earlier in the
It was
episode.
the mall.
And they shoot, and they're having like a shoot off,
Mm-hmm.
and then Lauren like ricochets one off like a wire or something, and like kills her
Mm-hmm.
or something.
Yeah.
The sugar substitute is kind of funny.
Because she brought packets of what she thought was sugar to sprinkle on the oral hygienist, but it was sugar substitute, so
Just
it didn't
like-
work.
It's
like
just
stevia.
aspartame. It's
Like,
just NutraSweet.
If you're trying to like attack someone with sugar, like you just get some candy so you could throw it, right? Not powder.
Well, it's like
So you have
yeah,
to sprinkle it on them.
wouldn't you just sharpen up a bunch of like candy canes?
Yeah,
Like stake them.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Hmm.
you're Buffy and they're a vampire.
Shoot that in your crossbow.
And smoke it.
Can we also talk about in the middle of this? Gus and Lauren had a wine like picnic,
Mm-hmm. Well, that was
but she still hates him.
that was when they thought they won, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
They
that
had-
was
got
them
rid of the,
celebrating.
Yeah, they had
The dentist.
beaten Dr. Kramer, but they didn't remember Sharon existed.
Mm-hmm.
Still, it's pretty romantic for an ex-married couple.
I mean, it's
divorced
been-
couple.
It's been 12 episodes since we last saw them. I'm sure she lightened up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's in the thick of it. She can't get away with it. Why not have a drink in the middle of the afternoon?
I guess. I mean, she was pretty unhappy to see him when he barged in again.
Yeah.
I think every episode starts with him just like barging in on her, like doing her thing.
She's like having a great day. Like, oh man, it's already noon and I haven't seen Gus yet. Fucking
She was in
Gus.
like a work meeting.
Yeah.
She's like,
And
okay,
then when-
fine.
with
When Gus shows up, she just remembers that she's in a video game nightmare.
well, she was in a work meeting with Jerry Stiller,
Yeah.
who played a guy named Phil Collins,
Yeah.
who I thought his name was Phil Collins the whole time, and I'm like, really?
Yeah, why would you name a character so close to Phil Collins? Or anywhere near Phil Collins? Like,
Name him.
you can literally come up with any name.
Name
it's
him.
a character.
Name him
Jerry
Bill
Collins.
You know, like
Hmm.
still got the same flow.
I was really confused because he kept saying he was going to Jerry, and we saw on the title screen that Jerry Stiller was going to be in the show.
Mm-hmm.
But then Jerry was just his dentist, which was just a different
Yeah.
guy. That guy's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I
Um,
recognized him.
I forget his name.
I don't know.
His name is really pretty unimportant to me.
He's in a lot
Mhm.
of stuff.
He's just
though.
in stuff. Yeah. So it was silly. I mean, they're getting big names. They got Jerry Stiller
Yeah.
at some point.
I mean, other than
Did not
having
save them.
two bad guys in this, it pretty much followed the same like pattern as the first one. Is that the bad guy shows up, they talk about the strengths and weaknesses and what they're after because the bad guy's after something,
Mm-hmm.
and then they go and eliminate the bad guy.
It's very interesting because I'm gonna relate this to like the X-Files somehow, but this entire show already seemed, even if you just look at the episode list, which I have somewhere on this computer, every single episode is just named like a bad guy.
Yeah, it's just a
Like,
different boss.
The boss, the end of the Well, number 4 is called the end of the Jackal.
What?
Oh, Jackal's real life models revealed as the supervillain. So we find out what his real life guy is. The camp counselor, the practical joker, the car mechanic, the divorce lawyer, the motivational speaker, the trash man. So, like,
Divorce lawyer.
so like every single episode is just monster of the week.
Right.
And so I don't feel like there's any actual like story arc even really happening. Because I mean, you can do like, so going back to the X-Files had story shows and episode and monsters of the week, but even within their monsters of the week, they like had exposition to like make the story go on, so they were still important.
Sure.
And I'm pretty sure that's just only what this show's doing. It's just monster of the week every single week.
Yeah.
And then it's like trying to put in a little bit of story, but it's like not enough arc. They're not having just like only Jackal or only like, or just like maybe just even like a sub boss that lasts for a while.
Sure.
Be it there's only 12 episodes.
I feel like what's different about this compared to X-Files or other shows where they do just have like a character or bad guy of the week, even like Power Rangers is like that too, right? But I feel like in those shows, it's like the monster shows up and their regular like ways to kill monsters don't work. And so they need to figure out something, like they need to figure out the weakness of the food fight hog that the Power Rangers are fighting or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But in this, it's like, oh, the dentist showed up.
knows.
Like, so he's weak to sugar, and we got to shoot him with drills.
Yeah, they already know everything.
Just, when in the first episode, and like the football guy shows up, they're just like, oh yeah, just shoot him with water.
Yeah.
Like there's no figuring
This'll
anything
work.
out, which I think like kills the. It kills the like the suspense or interest because you're just like, okay, so
there's no intrigue at all.
yeah, they're just like, oh, so they're gonna shoot him with a drill, I guess, at some point, huh?
So they must kill him with a drill. It'd have been interesting if they would have done that, and then he would have been like, I figured it out. I'm not weak to this anymore. And then they have to actually go through the thing.
Yeah.
I think this show suffers just from what a lot of things probably in the 90s did, where it just like the story episodes and shows like this like started having big long story arcs, but like some did before this, but a lot in the late 90s started to do good stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so it just wasn't like the time to do it.
Yeah.
And it was like, this show could be really serious or really silly, or it could be like it just wasn't a good mix of any of those things. Like I never thought any of this was serious.
It didn't even really like
There's no weight to
It
any
didn't even
of it.
really relate to video games. Like it was just like that was just like the fantasy element to get
To
wacky characters into this universe.
Yeah,
but
they needed the catalyst to say whatever we come up with, it can happen.
yeah, like there's no video game where you have 12 bosses and like they're all like a dentist and a football player. Like what kind of video game is this?
I'm making the. It's a video game. It's a video game that's inside the Pie Store in Pie World.
God, cancel.
And all the like game like cartridge things are just like VHSs that Peter was like.
Yeah, they were just videotapes.
Yeah,
Dr. Kramer was only level 3,
Yeah.
episode 12.
Yeah, I did see a level 38 on that thing.
I wonder what that was.
Yeah,
Who
and like
that was.
the video game mechanics themselves are unclear. You guys remember on Clarissa Explains It All,
I know that show.
where like she would have some sort of problem she's
Melissa
trying
Joan
to deal
Hart.
with in the episode, and then like 2/3 of the way in, she's like, "Oh, I made this video game to like explain what I'm dealing with," and it's like usually just like a platformer where she has to like skateboard through like social problems or something.
Wow, I don't remember this at all.
You don't remember
remember
that?
that.
I feel like that's even like more related to video games than this was. Like,
Well, I guess we're gonna have to watch
All right.
Clarissa Explains It All at some point in this season. Now
Yeah.
that you brought that up, because I'm interested.
yeah, I remember that now that she has like a video game for each like of her problems.
That's
Does
awesome.
she like do a video game like every episode
I
almost?
think so,
Huh.
from what I remember. But it's just like the same platformer where it's like one episode she's like has to avoid boys on her skateboard, and the next episode she has to avoid like getting egged or something.
Man, if next week wasn't our Halloween episode, I'd be like, let's do this. Let's do this. But that's okay. I want to watch this show made today.
Okay.
I just think people care a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And it probably would, if it was, it'd probably just be like a sci-fi original.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I guess I just still don't understand what this show is. Like, if it's not really about video games, if that's just a construct to get us with wacky characters, like, is it about, like, someone trying to deal with his divorce? Is it about...
It, was in the first episode,
yeah.
but Dr. Kramer and Sharon, the hygienist, had nothing to do with any of that. I guess it would matter who the jackal is.
Uh-huh.
It's got to have to do... Because, in the first episode, he made it sound like he turned to making this video game to, like, get his mind off of the fact that he was going through a bad divorce.
Mm-hmm.
And the jackal is obviously important because it's somebody bad.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we need to watch episode 4, the end of the jackal.
Jackal? Is it a jackal? What is that? Is that from Family Guy?
Because we find out what his real life model is.
Mm-hmm.
Peter finds a way to put him back. Gus and Lauren
Put him back in the video game?
Yeah. Peter believes he found a way to put the supervillain back into the game for good, but his actions may have cost Gus and Lauren their lives in the real world as well. I have a feeling like this shows like air dates
out
are
of order.
I don't know. I think the air dates are correct. I think these are like on Wikipedia. This is what they aired. I just think this show like
just out of order.
Essentially like was presented out of order.
Mm-hmm.
Like they Tarantino'd the show or something. Which is interesting because we watched like a snit of some guy's like YouTube to like kind of figure something out, and then he was like, "Yeah, air date this," and then but according to the storyline, according to this guy,
episode 3.
this should have been the third one you watched.
Yeah.
So it's like, what?
You ever watched a Tarantino movie in the correct order? Because like with like DVDs and stuff now, you can just like figure out what chapter like is what, and then just watch it in the same order.
I barely.
Not the same.
I don't have.
Pulp Fiction.
I bet
Very
it's
terrible.
I bet it's
you
just
watch it in action.
I would assume it's just a boring regular movie. To be
I actually
honest.
did that. I actually figured out what chapters
And
to
watched
watch
it in
Pulp Fiction
chronological order.
chronologically.
That seems
Not as interesting
that
or
seems
entertaining.
like a terrible idea.
Yeah, half of the whole point of like a lot of like a Tarantino movie is like halfway through you're like, where does this go? You know?
Yeah.
So you're like trying. It's like a mystery.
That's
that
the whole point. You're
like a
piecing it together.
Yeah. It's a mystery that you know is always going to be solved at the end.
Somewhere there's a notebook in like my parents' attic that says Pulp Fiction and then what chapter, the chapter order.
I like that you like, spent a good amount of time figuring this out and then watched it and you're just like, not that great.
Not for me.
It's like
I did it, but whatever.
you live and you learn, right?
right.
Okay. Well, great. Good for us.
I have so Gus, again, the show starts with this antimatter machine bringing these video game characters to life. So Gus created life from nothing.
Yeah.
Like, is he God?
He's their God.
Yeah, he's their creator.
It's their God. He's not like the Lord God, but he's like.
And I wouldn't say he's anybody's savior.
Yeah. Like, should he,
No.
I don't know. Should he look into this more? Should he be less concerned with what's going on with these video game characters and be more like, oh shit, can I just create life? Should I go create some heroes? And like,
He really should.
That would have been a great season 2.
He really should just make a new video game with only good guys in it. And it's just a video game of a bunch of superheroes just being like, well, I guess we're all just really good and super powerful. We have an amazingly like uncompromisable like source of ethics.
Yeah, I don't
Nothing
know.
can sway us to be bad, and I can
Got
lift
tons of drill guns
I
and
can-
water guns.
I can jump buildings and lift trucks, but man, I'm bored.
or just give them no morals and have them be beholden to Gus. Like, just follow your God and do what I say.
I mean, yeah. So the morals are just
He could
your moral compass is whatever I say.
he could stop fawning over his ex-wife and create a whole new woman that just is in love with him.
He could do some weird science.
He could just have his ex-wife come out of the game.
Oh God.
I mean, he made her in the game.
See, that's the show I want to watch. There's some questions in that show.
You just want to watch Westworld. That's what you're saying about.
He ends up creating a better version of himself, and he questions whether he should live anymore.
And then then there's a whole episode of him just debating on whether or not he should download his brain into that other like better body of his. Kind of like, should I do this? Yeah, I'd watch that show.
Yeah.
Deadlier Games.
Deadlier Games.
Oh man. UPN.
He defeats
Folks.
the first episode of Deadlier Games is he defeats Jackal and everything goes back like
Yeah.
like he's like, oh, I fucking get this. He does it like, oh, cool, you did it. You defeated Jackal. Why is this the first episode of a season?
Yeah.
He's like, because I got a lot of shit to work through, and I am these people's gods now.
Do you understand? I'm a god now.
I'm literally a god. No, you're not. Sebastian, kill her. I'll make a new one.
Life is replaceable.
As long as I have enough density. Density. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh,
Human lives are now a renewable resource to him. He
I-
just generates it.
I think we can all agree this is one of the greatest shows we've ever watched.
Cool.
Yeah. Predicts?
Yeah.
I'll do mine because I got 0. Level 12? No, apparently this was level 3.
Level 3. Yeah, it said that on the
Yeah.
on the tape. That's
Yeah,
right.
the tape confirmed this is level 3.
Yeah.
I said time travel. There was none. I was wrong when I thought the bad guy was going to be a construction worker weak to peanut butter.
Yeah.
It was a
Something even dumber than
it
that.
was an orthodontist weak to sugar and even weaker to drill bits.
Yeah.
Man.
They don't skip the kiss. That never really came up.
Mm-hmm.
They almost thought they were gonna kiss for a second,
And then they skipped it.
and then they skipped it. So they
Definitely skipped.
and then I wanted Peter to be evil / working with the Jackal, and he was still on the good guy side.
Yeah.
So
He's a good guy. I have that nothing changes because it's the same characters and they have the same relationships. That's true.
That definitely.
Which is, kind of unfair because it turned out to actually be the 3rd episode, but like, who knows?
But it was the 12th episode airing
Yeah.
because they're Tarantinoing this.
Guess.
I have that someone calls Gus a nerd, which didn't happen.
No, it
Seems
didn't.
like they're over it.
He's not a nerd anymore. He's a super cool dude.
And what's his name?
Peter?
Bad
Peter?
guy?
Jackal.
Jackal is drinking straight out the bottle, which is false.
He did pick a bottle up,
Still
Yeah.
had
but
the
that's
fluke.
because I think he drank it and thought it was icky, and he wanted to see. I think he said after he picked the bottle up, he said like, "I can't wait to like burn down the vineyards" or something like that. So
I don't remember that.
he like muttered it. You need to be paying very close
Weird.
attention.
Okay, my number 1 was a Star Trek universe reference. No. I feel like they did reference things.
We saw a Star Trek commercial.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I think that was the first episode though.
Of
Deep Space Nine. Oh no, Voyager.
Voyager.
Oh yeah, it was Voyager.
Voyager.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 ex-wife dies. No.
Yeah.
I I had high hopes.
Unless he
Jackal-
married Sharon right before the episode started.
Oh, yeah. Jackal's creating the bad guys. No, they were still using bad guys from the game.
They're still using the videotaped bad guys.
He was not the Rita Repulsa. And the bad guy was not a hockey player named Sub-Zero.
God.
I think we wrote
Played by Professor Tanaka.
These are all not bad ideas, though. I'm telling you, for these bad guy characters.
Yeah, we're doing fine.
Does Pie World have bad guys?
Well, it does in the video game console in the pie shop,
Right.
but I don't know about
Is it
actual.
console or is it like an arcade?
No, it's an arcade cabinet
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
All right.
tucked by the jukebox. We'll get all this. One day we're gonna have a TV show on NBC called Pie World, guys. This is what this podcast is leading to.
Oh man.
It's gonna be
It's basically gonna be like just Rick and Morty but in a pie shop.
in live action.
Yeah.
I never thought
It's
Pie
just
World was
very random.
a cartoon.
No.
So I don't know. Hey Joe,
Yeah.
where can people tell us about their supervillains they've created or potentially TV shows they want us to watch?
F&L Podcast at Gmail, Twitter, Facebook, all of the places. F&L. Fandle Podcast.
Nice. Nailed it. Cool. Well, hey guys, thanks for listening, hanging out with us, going down a not quite video game hole, a very minimalist video game referenced hole. And next week it is Halloween. Spooky.
We're all going to be in costumes.
Scary.
We're going to wear costumes for this audio podcast. It's going to be great. So we'll see you for some sort of spooky show. Yet to be determined.
Oh, yeah.
That's the scary. Indecision is the scariest of them all. Cool. All right. Well, until then, have a good week. Okay, bye.
And Christopher Lloyd is still alive.
Say goodbye.
I was wondering about that.
He's
Thank
on
you
his
for confirming.
fifth wife.
Oh, God.
He's on his fifth wife. You make it sound like at least he's gonna have one more.
Yeah.
He's got time. They're just married.